Welcome to Dory Park, the largest park in Henrico County, located just 15 minutes from the east end of Richmond. It used to be the location of a dairy farm owned by the Dory family. You can see the dairy barn that was renovated into what is now a recreation center. This 400-acre park has something for everyone: sports fields, trails, playgrounds, picnic shelters, disc golf course, a lake with fishing, and a pier, and even a dog park. Before we begin exploring and learning, let's review our 5-finger agreement. It's time for our 5-finger agreement. When we're working together with Blue Sky, we always agree to 5 things. Our first one is encouragement. Even though we're not all together, we need to make sure that we're encouraging ourselves. So repeat after me. I am brave. I am confident. I am smart. I am ready to learn. I know that you are all those things and more. Continue to encourage yourself. Our next one is that pointer finger. Don't point at someone else, point at yourself and tell yourself that you are going to take accountability for doing all the right things, even when you think no one is looking. Your teacher may not be sitting right beside you today, and we might not be right with you, but we know that you're going to make the right choice. Our tall finger is for respect. We need to make sure that we are respecting each other, all of our family members, our teachers, and most importantly, make sure that you are showing your self-respect. Our next finger is that ring finger. For commitment. Stay committed to getting all of your work done. Stay committed to following through all of our Blue Sky videos today. Make sure that you check out each of the activities. Stay committed to everything that you get started with. Make sure that you finish it. And lastly, our baby pinky finger. We want to make sure that we keep it safe and keep ourselves safe. We need to keep ourselves safe virtually. We're in a whole new classroom online, so make sure that you're not giving out public information about your private lives to people that you don't know. Make sure that you're staying safe within your homes and doing the right thing so that you don't get hurt. And make sure that we're keeping our environment safe.
Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind the tree.
So that when you do go outside and explore, that you leave it the same way you found it, or leave it in a better place. Those are the 5 things that we are committing to today, and I can't wait to get started exploring with you.
What do you already know about weather?
I know that meteorologists use temperature, barometric pressure, wind speed, wind direction, and cloud type in order to predict the weather for the day.
What do you want to learn about weather?
I would love to learn the tools that are used in order to record the data for the weather of that day.
For today's at-home scientific investigations, you will need a clear cup or jar, a paper towel, water, blue food coloring, a pipette, a paper plate, the cloud types printout, scissors, glue or tape, science log, and your pen or pencil. You could also use crayons, markers, or colored pencils.
Every day is a great day to investigate the weather. And today we're going to look at a couple of different tools in order to investigate the weather that's happening right now. What's awesome is, earlier today it was really sunny and it was a beautiful day. The sun just poked out and a little storm came through, so we're going to see what the difference in weather from this morning to today is. Now, scientists use different tools in order to investigate the weather. These scientists are called meteorologists. And meteorologists bring you a forecast so that you know how to plan your day. So today we are going to come up with our own forecast here at Dory Park so that we can learn how to read and record the data that comes from these 5 scientific tools. Let's do it together. So, our first one is a thermometer. Thermometer is going to measure the temperature of the area in which the thermometer is in. So, today our reading is going to be 88 degrees. So now our thermometer is placed in the sun in a nice open area. So if it was a cloudy day, it might read something different. But check your weather in the morning and see what the temperature is in your location.
Dustin,
Yeah.
what do we put after 88 when we record it in a chart?
Great question. So we have Celsius and Fahrenheit, and as scientists, we're going to use Fahrenheit to record our information. It's always important to use the unit of measurement that each tool uses. So we are going to record ours as 88 degrees, and that's that little circle, and then a capital F, which stands for Fahrenheit. The next one is our barometer, and that's located right here. Our barometric pressure is inches of mercury. So IN is the abbreviation for inches, HG is the abbreviation for mercury. And so I'm gonna look here and read this dial, 30.5. So it's 30.5 degrees or inches of mercury. And that is the pressure in the atmosphere, all right? So that's the pressure in the area in which we're in. So the next thing that we're gonna use is an anemometer, and that is this fancy tool right here. It has a small fan at the top that spins around in circles, and that measures the wind speed in miles per hour. So I'm gonna wait for a gust to come. As you can see, our wind vane isn't moving right now, and now it's just started. All right, it looks like the wind gust there was 1.3 miles per hour. Awesome. And that is our wind speed. The next thing that we want to check is the wind direction, which way the wind is blowing. You can see now it's blowing, we've got a good gust of wind that's coming in off of the pond here. You can see we've got a good direction. We used a compass earlier to map which way is north, and north is directly this way. So if our arrow is pointing this way, then our wind direction is going to be from the west, all right? So the wind is blowing in from the west, causing our wind vane to move, and that's how we are able to find the direction of the wind. And that can change throughout the day. As you can see, our needle has already moved since we made our first reading, and that's okay. The next thing that we're gonna look at together is our cloud type. So there's a lot of different types of clouds, all right? And it's kind of hard to know the difference between them, but we have this little chart here that you can see through this window. So if I look up, you can see the different types of clouds that are in the sky today. And it kind of looks like stratocumulus. Would you agree with that, Miss Regan?
I would.
Yeah. So, and even in the time that we've been standing here, the clouds are changing. You can see some different clouds in this area versus the area behind us. So it's pretty neat to be able to predict the clouds, and clouds can tell us a lot of things, whether it's gonna rain or whether it's windy really high up, or if it's a full sheet of cloud, it might be about to rain, or maybe even snow if the temperature's right. So this is a couple of really cool instruments. I hope you're able to record some of that data and look at the weather in your area by watching the news or by looking online.
You can also make your own cloud viewer at home, just like we were using to discover that the clouds are stratocumulus today. So if you take a cloud type sheet here and cut out each of the cloud types individually, and then you have a nice paper plate here. If you hole punch through the center, it makes it really easy for you to be able to cut out the center of this paper plate. Glue your cloud types that you cut out, or tape them on around the outside. Color it in if you'd like, make it nice and fun looking, and then you can go outside and hold it up and take a look through the viewer and then reference each of these to decide what kind of clouds you're seeing today. Have fun! Let's go for a hike. It's super important for scientists to record their observations, and one fun way to do that is by drawing.
I do not feel very confident in my drawing capabilities.
Everyone can draw. You can do it! Dustin,
I don't
everyone
think
can
I
draw. Mona Brooks has broken it down in a way that's pretty easy for us. So, are you willing to give it a try?
I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, great. So, we have 5 basic elements of shape that we can start with. So let's go ahead and go through those and practice on the bottom of our paper together.
Okay.
So the first shape that we have is a dot. And a dot is anything that is roundish and filled in. So go ahead and practice doing a dot. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle in your mind. It can be a little lopsided.
Okay.
Great, you've drawn a dot. So the next element of shape we have is a circle, and that is anything that is roundish and not filled in, and the lines need to connect. So let's go ahead and practice a circle.
Okay. Ooh.
Pretty good.
Circle.
We got a circle. So the next shape that we can practice drawing is a straight line. And that is a line that has no bend in it. And you can draw this, and practice, go ahead and practice this. Draw it in any direction, any length, straight line. The next shape we have is an angle. So an angle is a line that has a bend in it that's so sharp it comes to a point. So go ahead and practice drawing an angle. You have a point in it?
I think so.
Excellent.
Yep.
You have drawn an angle. And then the last shape that we have is a curved line. So that is a line that has some kind of bend in it. Let's practice drawing that together. Look like that. Great.
Cool.
So now, as good scientists, we are going to draw something that we observed while we went on our hike. We saw a couple really cool things, didn't we, Dustin?
We did. We saw some like mushrooms growing on a log.
And we saw a fish in the lake.
We did see a fish, yep.
What if we go ahead and draw that fish?
Yeah, let's try.
All right, great. So how we're going to start this fish out is we are going to draw a curved line in the middle of the page, just like that. And now we're going to draw another curved line on the bottom of that. So that's making the fish's body. And I'm not connecting it over here yet.
Okay.
Great. So fish now is going to need its tail. That's an important part of its body. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw an angled line here. And I'm going to come up and then back down. Just like that, as an angled line. Great.
All right.
And then we're going to draw a straight line to connect that tail to the rest of its body. Straight line. All right, now let's draw its eye.
Okay.
And so it's a side view, so we just need one eye right here on the side. And I'm going to do a circle right about there where its eye is going to go. And now let's put a dot in the middle of that eye.
If the line doesn't hit the dots, I just make bigger dots.
And fill it in because it's a dot.
Does my picture have to look exactly like yours?
It doesn't need to look exactly like yours. We're just drawing a fish, so
Okay.
your fish will look like what you saw.
Right then, the meeting has officially come to order. Let us all say the pledge. I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
I got you.
And my fish will look like what I saw.
All right.
Great. So let's do one fin right here. And that we can draw with another angled line, a lot like this tail. We'll do another angled line. Like that. Great. Got your angled line, and now we're going to do a straight line. Let's do a couple little details to make it a fun fish, because I saw it swimming in this lake, and on its fin were some straight lines like that. On its tail were some straight lines. And I just did 3. You could do 4 or 5 straight lines, depending on how you saw it. And then some bubbles were coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the bubbles. That's how I saw that there was a fish there, as I first saw the bubbles. So let's definitely draw those bubbles. And those are circles. So we want to draw it so that the lines connect together. And I have it coming up. So now we've drawn a fish together.
Wow.
So can you turn it around and show everyone how yours looks, how mine looks? Great.
That's a fish.
So looks like a fish to me. This one looks like a fish. So now you can go ahead and draw your fish or anything else that you find along your nature observations. And as you go out and check out nature, then please feel free to share your drawings with us here at Blue Sky Fund. If you email it to explorers@blueskyfund.org, then we'll be able to see your really cool drawings.
All right, everyone, we're here to do cloud in a bottle. Have you ever seen a puddle outside on the ground on a rainy day and then come back the next day and wonder what happened to it? Or looked up in the sky and saw the clouds and wondered how they got up there? Well, let's investigate together. So in this clear jar, I'm going to pour in hot water. It's definitely a hot day today. So any puddles on the ground are definitely going to be warmed up. So I'm gonna fill about a third of this jar up with warm water, hot water actually. I'm gonna take my thermometer and stick it down inside so we can see exactly how warm this water gets. On a warm day, the puddles are gonna be heated up by the sun, and a dynamic process will take place. And we're gonna capture that process right in this jar. Let's check our thermometer. Whoa, we are at 80 degrees Fahrenheit on this thermometer. So this water is 80 degrees. Now we have a cup of ice. We're gonna stick our thermometer in here. So while this jar represents the water on the ground, this glass cup, Mr. Dustin, it represents the cold temperatures up in the sky. So the higher you rise up, the cooler it gets. So we're gonna leave this on the bottom to represent the bottom. This has already cooled down, believe it or not, to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty cold. I believe if we leave this in here even longer, it will continue to drop. Yep, already down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Ice, it's frozen water, and water freezes at 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So I believe that's how cold this is going to get down to. We're gonna place our ice cold container on top of our warm water. And circling all around us in the air are dust particles. Now, as this water heats up, it begins to evaporate. And it evaporates and becomes a water vapor, which is a gas. So we have a liquid, we have a solid, and in here we have a gas that's starting to rise up. And all around us are, not hairspray, but dust particles. So we're gonna add some dust particles into this jar, Mr. Dustin. Mr. Dustin's gonna hold this black paper behind it so you can see what happens a little bit easier. Now, if you come in close, you can see that the dust particles are swirling around. We have created a cloud. Yeah, the hot air water vapors that are rising and meet the cold temperature of the sky. The water vapors surround those dust particles and condense part of that water cycle to create a cloud. And it's swirling all around.
You can even see some drips dripping down.
Oh, what are those drips from, Mr. Dustin? What's happening?
The condensation is building up and it can't hold it anymore, and it is now precipitating down into the water.
Precipitation, it's raining. We made a rain cloud inside a bottle.
It's really neat.
Now, if we shine our light inside, we might be able to see it a little bit better. Shining your light, you can see the clouds swirling around inside our glass container.
That was neat.
Pretty awesome. So we have our water cycle creating clouds in our bottle. Mr. Destin, how could our kids at home simulate a cloud?
Yeah, definitely. So today you're going to be able to simulate a cloud with the materials that are in your science kits that you picked up from your food distribution sites. In that you'll find a cup, a rubber band, and a paper towel. So you can fold your paper towel in half just like this so that there's a couple of layers. I think this has about 6 layers. And then you're going to place it over the top. You can get a parent or a friend or a sibling to help you out there with the rubber band. All right. And we are going to use the water out of our cloud. Oh, wow, I just let some of the cloud out.
The cloud is releasing into the atmosphere.
And inside of your kit, you have some blue food coloring, all right? And you're gonna use this food coloring by dipping your pipette down into the corner of the bag, squeezing the bulb, and sucking out all of the food coloring in the bottom corner. You'll then put that into your water, all right? You'll stir that around, and you can see that our water is now blue, all right? So we have our jar here, and this jar is gonna simulate, this is gonna simulate a cloud on the top, and this is gonna simulate where we're standing here on Earth in the bottom, all right? So we're gonna see how many drips this cloud can hold before it gets so heavy and so condensed that it's gonna precipitate down on the bottom of the cup. So let's see, will you all count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'm dripping all of these drips around the edge of the paper towel to try to see how many it takes to drip down. So this cloud is getting super heavy. It's absorbing a lot of that condensation.
Mr. Dustin, I think it's going to take a lot of pipettes.
I think it's going to take a lot more?
I do.
We might not even be able to count drops anymore. We might just be needed to count the pipette fulls. Let's see.
I think clouds take up and fill up with a lot of water vapor before they finally fall down.
It is still filling up.
It is still filling up. You know those clouds that look really dark and heavy in the sky? That's because they're full of water vapor, just like this paper towel is getting full of water. And pretty soon, it is going to take all it can and begin to drip down into the cup. Mr. Dustin, I think you might even need like 3 more pipettes. That's my prediction.
All right.
3 more, let's see. Here's 1.
Let's see.
Okay, we're gonna get number 2.
Wow. That is holding a lot of water.
Let's see, I think the next one might do it and you might actually see some drips.
Let's see.
3. Man, my prediction was incorrect. Let's see if we get, ooh, it's starting to drip. I see it coming down into the cup.
Yep, that is cool. So we had about 7 pipette fulls of our water here. And so that cloud got super big, super heavy, and it released that down like precipitation. So cool. Try it at home.
And please be sure to share your experiences with this rain cloud in a cup with us by sharing your pictures and videos at explorers@blueskyfun.com. Email us your awesome science experiences.
Keep exploring.
Take this brain break with us. In a moment, you'll hear a bell chime. You'll close your eyes and keep them closed until you can no longer hear the chime. We all opened our eyes at different times, but that's fine. I hope that you enjoyed that small moment for a brain break.
Sit in a comfortable position and bring awareness to your body. Close your eyes, but only if that is comfortable for you. Notice your body seated wherever you are. Feel the weight of your body on the chair or on the floor. Take a few deep breaths. Breathe through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring attention to the top of your head. Sense this area of your body. What is it that you feel? Stillness? Relaxation? Is your mind busy or calm? Just breathe. As you breathe, relax the top of your head. Move your attention to the side of your head, to your ears. What do you sense? Can you hear anything? Now bring your attention to your neck and to your throat. Let them be soft. Relax your jaw. Let your face and facial muscles be soft. Smile softly and gently. Notice the way you are sitting and readjust your posture to a more comfortable position. Bring attention to your stomach area. If your stomach is tense or tight, let it soften. Fill your belly with a deep breath and then let it out. Notice your hands. Are they clenched? Are they open? Are they relaxed? See if you can allow them to soften. Notice your arms. Feel any sensation in your arms? Any tension? Release the tension in your shoulders and allow them to be soft. Roll them gently. Bring attention to your legs and feet. If your feet are touching the ground, push and pull your feet to stretch your ankles. Let's take notice of your whole body. Stretch once more to elongate your spine and adjust your position. Take one more breath. Take this next second to appreciate yourself. Take another breath. And then, when you are ready, you can open your eyes. That's it.
Let's breathe the colors of the rainbow as we practice thinking positive thoughts and taking calming breaths. Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Imagine the colors gently flowing in and out of your body with each breath. In through your nose and out through your mouth. You can speak these thoughts out loud as you practice letting your body melt into the ground. Breathe in the color red and exhale, I am loved. Breathe in the color orange and exhale, I am smart. Breathe in the color yellow and exhale, I speak freely with love. Breathe in the color green and exhale, I am creative. Breathe in the color blue and exhale, I am wise. Breathe in the color purple and exhale, I am safe.